Everyone, Sean Smith from Don't Test My Ability again, and welcome to part one of this week's series called ADHD at Work. If you're an individual with ADHD, you likely understand the challenges of maintaining and finding employment, and I'm sure that it has effects on your relationship and how others perceive you and treat you. It, can come from the relationship with your spouse. It can also come from judgment in other places, such as family and friends, and this looming question of why can't this person hold down a job? And so I want to talk about the different kind of layers and levels of that because there's a lot to it. So I'm going to speak as the individual with ADHD and tell you that this is my 20th job. I've literally done everything from shovel crap to be a blackjack dealer, therapeutic foster parent for at-risk youth. I was their sheriff's officer and worked 2 murder trials. And now I'm a psychotherapist. And so we tend to have a lot of jobs. I often say that I've never gotten fired from a job, but I've gotten bored, right? So I've gotten to a point where I know that the work I do is a really is extremely high quality and that I do really good work, but I always felt as though that the effort in my work and the detail that I did, it was never reflected. I was never told good job, or there was never any positive feedback that came from going above and beyond. So then I would get resentful and say, well, then why would I bother doing all the work if my employer doesn't really care anyway? What's the point? So there's the aspect of the individual, and it's okay to have more than one job. It's okay. Like, I can honestly say that I left each place better than it was when I got there, and I took immense pride in my work. But we, as individuals with ADHD, there are some of us that have what I call a high moral compass. It's like there's this line in the sand that if an employer or another employee crosses it, we just can't go back. We'll go back, but that's when the resentment starts to happen, and we really have a hard time dealing with that. It's really hard to go back. It's almost like, something horrific happened, and it's unconscionable, and we can't believe that, they can't feel the way that we do, but that's the reality. Hey, Joe, thanks for joining, man. Good to see you. And so this week, I want to go through and explore and provide insight into ADHD at work from the aspect or from the individual's perspective, from the spouse or the partner's perspective, from human resources perspective, and we might even have a chance to talk about kids and work and parents who want their kids who have ADHD to work, but the kids aren't interested themselves. So finding creative ways to help them find employment. But it all starts with having a conversation and getting the ball rolling, because I can tell you, as an individual with ADHD, I have tried to access a lot of different programs around employment, and none of them worked. I like to kind of brag that I've been able to do something through my business that no other company has been able to do since 2002, which is keep me employed for longer than 18 consecutive months at a time. So I really do try to encourage self-employment amongst individuals with ADHD, because we don't really like to be told what to do. We like to be shown, but it also creates a sense of independence, right? So my focus really has been trying to help people start their business based on their passion. So anyway, that is this week's series. So this is part one, ADHD at work. Tomorrow we'll talk about the judgment or the relationship side of things from the spouse or partner, and maybe even some of the judgment and how that trickles down and affects the individual tomorrow. So please stay tuned. If you like this video, you think somebody in your network could benefit from it, please like and share. And please check out the Don't Diss My Ability Facebook page. I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. If you're on social media, you can find me. And if you can't, then just Google search Don't Diss My Ability, and I'll be the first one that comes up. Thanks a lot, and look forward to the video tomorrow. Take care.